Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, Alby. Today I have a new series for you guys called Drafts from the Past. This is basically just going to be a series where I kind of go over some of the limited decks that I have put together in my career as a Magic the Gathering player and have kind of saved because I like the way that they played out. And so this is just going to be me kind of going over them, talking about how I did with the decks, why I liked the decks so much, and just random things like that, just kind of showing off these older decks, kind of like a draft showcase kind of thing. So this is going to be my second draft that I did in Iconic Masters. This is a blue-black tempo deck that I drafted, with the key card being these three right here. That is three copies of the card Frostlinks. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Basically, what we're trying to do with Frostlinks is just allow ourselves to constantly continue beating down our opponent, and just continuously. They play their card. They play their creature card. They think it's going to work as a blocker for that turn, and then we just say no. We're just going to chip away. We're going to get in for 2 points of damage, 4 points of damage, 6 points of damage, and slowly it's all going to add up, and eventually we're going to come away with victory. Another cool thing that I had going on in this deck is one of my favorite things to do in Iconic Masters Draft involves the card Phantom Monster. So there's two of them here. Phantom Monster being a 3/3 flyer for 4. One of my favorite plays in Iconic Masters Draft. Apparently nobody could ever answer a 3/3 flyer on turn 3. So I also had a copy of Guardian Idol here. Guardian Idol entering the battlefield tapped and then just kind of creating a mana, but then also in the late game it can just randomly become a 2/2 for 2, for 2 additional mana every time that we want to play it. So if we play turn 2 Guardian Idol, then we can get out a turn 3 Phantom Monster, which is also pretty sweet. Along with these cards, we have just some other like random filler creature cards that sometimes you just need to throw in your deck. Obviously, we have a great card here in Blizzard Spectre. This card is fantastic, especially if you're on the tempo plan. Being able to have a flying creature, which your opponent might not be able to block, is very sweet. Phyrexian Rager as a little bit of card draw. Child of Night, the lifelink, could be very relevant in other aggressive matchups, or if you're against another tempo deck as well. Tavern Swindler. The ability, of course, is something I used because, like, why not? You're playing Iconic Masters Draft, it's go big or go home. You're going to gain that 6 life, and you're going to feel great about it, is how I wish this card went, but I ended up losing the flip more often than winning the flip. However, still a 2/2 for 2, it works great along with Frostlinks because we'll tap down the dude and then get in for 2 with our 2-drop. The final just kind of, like, random creature we have in here is an Illusory Ambusher, which is a 4/1 with flash, and then whenever it's dealt damage, we can draw that many cards. Illusory Ambusher, not a card that I was super high on, but it went super late in the draft, and the more I thought about the scenarios with this card and how my deck was playing out, the card just seemed great, because occasionally we would keep a mana for a counter spell or keep a mana for a kill spell, and this Illusory Ambusher would just come in out of nowhere and just draw us a bunch of random cards, as well as trading with a fairly big creature since it has 4 power. Cards that also helped us in the late game in case our tempo plan didn't work. We had a Mnemonic Wall, which will help us get back some of the instants and sorceries that I'll be showing you here in a second. We had Riverwheel Aerialist, which is a very fun card to say and a very fun card to play. Flying Prowess, a 4-power flyer is very sweet. Definitely hard to deal with in this format. And then the Prowess was just an additional, added bonus. Occasionally, and then we had one copy of Sandstone Oracle, which again kind of kept to the flying theme, more of a tempo kind of card. However, 7 mana is a lot of mana to spend, so it was really just there as flood insurance. Essentially, if we were going to flood out, then we would have something to kind of land in the late game and try and get us back into it in case our tempo plan didn't work. So those would be all the creatures that we have in the deck. So now we'll go on to the kind of suite that we have over here of counter spells and kill spells to go along with this tempo deck. So we have one copy of Reeve Soul. Sorcery, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Also works great with this whole tempo plan, we're just trying to make sure our opponent is playing one creature every turn, kill that creature, attack you for 4, kill your creature, attack you for 4, just that kind of thing over and over and over again. In terms of other removal, here we have Doomblade, which again just kind of does the same thing. Get your blocker out of the way, and we're just going to attack you down even more. Ulcerate, same kind of idea. We lose 3 life, but it doesn't matter because our opponent will be dead before that 3 life will matter. Here we have a Grisly Spectacle, another instant speed kill spell. It allows our opponent to mill some cards too, which mill is definitely not relevant for us since we are a tempo deck. We're definitely hoping to kill our opponent with our damage instead of with our instead of by milling our opponent with Grisly Spectacles. And then a little bit of blue removal here in the form of Claustrophobia. It taps the enchanted creature the turn that you play it, so again, it gets a blocker out of the way and allows you to just keep beating down. In terms of a counterspell package, we have 1 copy here of Dissolve, 1 copy of Mana Leak, and 1 copy of Condescend, all of which are great. Condescend and get Condescend and Dissolve here together. Condescend and Dissolve both allow us to scry after countering a spell, so again, it's another great tempo play. We'll be able to counter one of our opponent's creatures or spells, and then we'll just be able to kind of sculpt our next draws so that we can continue on with this tempo plan. And then to finish it off, we have 1 copy here of Repeal. Again, remove a blocker, draw a card is basically what this card reads. It's pretty good, especially in this blue-black tempo shell that I put together here. In terms of a mana base, we have 1 Radiant Fountain as our only non-basic land. When it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. Most of the cards in our deck aren't very mana intensive. We can use our swamps, we can use our islands to cast many of them. It's not like there's a lot of like a card like Teferi, which is 2 generic mana, but then it's blue, 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 so you would need to make sure that you had a lot of islands to be able to cast a card like Teferi. That's not really what our deck was about, so the Radiant Fountain was just a nice little life gain bonus to kind of throw in our deck since it wasn't very mana intensive. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 islands to go in the deck. And then to finish it out, I believe it is 7. Yep, 7 swamps. That way we're able to actually cast our spells. So this has been a little little draft deck showcase here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. My overall record with this deck was in fact 3-0. I won the entire draft pod with it. I think this deck is very sweet, and you'll notice as we go on to episode 2, if you guys are watching that in the future, episode 2 is very similar to this, except a little bit more of a control build in Blue-Black Iconic Masters, instead of a tempo shell in Blue-Black Iconic Masters. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Episode 2 should be coming soon. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you guys do enjoy this series and want to see more of my draft showcases, because draft is my format. Whenever I sit down and I'm ready to crack open those 3 packs, I always know that something good is going to happen. I know that I'm either going to open up a nice rare that'll drive me to victory, or I'm in for a tough ride and I'm gonna have to use a bunch of commons and uncommons to somehow scrape out a 2-1 or somehow manage to get a 3-0 with no rares in the deck. And actually, I believe, let me just check real quick, I don't believe there's a single rare in this deck. I'm pretty sure there's not. Yeah, so this was a 3-0 draft deck in Iconic Masters with 0 rares and 0 mythics in it. This is commons and uncommons only, and I still managed to go 3-0 with it. So definitely, good things to come in the future with other draft decks, for you guys to see. I absolutely love draft, as previously stated, so anytime I get a chance to talk about draft, it's always a fun time for me. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to more episodes of this to come in the future. I will see you guys next time. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.